Hi, I'm Alexandra. If you're tuning into this explainer today, you're probably wondering what TruvoFit actually is. And, well, instead of doing that standard glossy founder pitch, the one you've probably heard 1,000 times, I just wanted to share the real, unvarnished story behind why I built it. Honestly, we're just going to skip the polished marketing version entirely.
I really appreciate that. The polished version is rarely the interesting one anyway.
Right? Exactly. It's usually just exhausting. So I just want us to have a real conversation today. Just you and me, kind of like two friends catching up over coffee. No sales scripts, no exaggerated claims, just the honest truth about why so many of us spend our lives stressing over a tiny number.
For years, my entire morning, and honestly my entire day, was totally dictated by that little glass square on the bathroom floor. You probably know the exact ritual I'm talking about. You wake up, you step on the scale, and you just hold your breath. And the math in my head was brutally simple. A good number meant a good day. I felt light, capable, like I was actually allowed to be happy. But a bad number, that meant I had already failed before I even sat down for breakfast. It's just an incredibly heavy way to live, quietly carrying that daily exhaustion around with you everywhere you go.
I know that feeling exactly.
And the tools I was using to try and, manage all this, they honestly made it so much worse. You open them up hoping for a bit of guidance or support, and instead, you're just hit with these endless streaks you have to perfectly maintain. You get these glaring red numbers the absolute second you step out of line, just this overwhelming sense of guilt. And there's an absolute lack of any real context about your actual life. Looking back, it hit me like a ton of bricks. The tools were literally designed to make me feel like I was failing. We trust these apps to guide us, but instead, their whole mechanics thrive on making us feel like we're always falling short, like we're just a problem that constantly needs strictly managed correction. I remember this one morning so incredibly clearly. It was really my breaking points. I had done everything right all week long. I ate well, I moved my body, I drank my water. I stepped on the scale fully expecting to see progress. And there it was, plus 1 kilogram. Just like that, all my effort felt completely pointless. I just stared at that number, assumed I had fundamentally failed yet again, and I gave up. I stopped tracking altogether. I completely walked away from it all.
How many women do you think have done exactly that? Honestly, almost all of them. We have all been there. But here is the actual science that I didn't know on that specific morning. That single kilogram, it was just water weight. To gain 1 actual kilogram of body fat, you have to consume an excess of roughly 7,700 calories. I definitely had not done that. My body was just doing what female bodies do, fluctuating based on a dozen different, completely normal things.
When I finally understood that science, I actually didn't feel angry. I just felt this deep, profound wave of relief. I wasn't doing it all wrong. But then I looked back at the app I had been using. That kilogram was just water. And the app could have easily told me that. It had all my data, it had the algorithms, it could have given me that peace of mind and gently explained what was actually happening in my body. It just didn't. It actively chose not to. And that was the moment everything shifted for me. I just couldn't stop asking myself, why do smart, capable women keep feeling broken? Why do systems that are supposedly built to help us only seem to deliver punishment? Why do they treat every single woman exactly the same, completely ignoring our stress, our hormones, our deeply different lives? We spend years quietly wondering if something is fundamentally wrong with us, just starting over every single Monday. But the truth is, we are not broken. The tools were broken. And that right there is exactly why I built TruvoFit. I just needed something entirely different to exist in the world. So where the old tools gave you punishing daily numbers, cold raw data, and guilt, TruvoFit gives you weekly averages. It deliberately steps back. It offers gentle context instead of demanding absolute perfection. It actually explains what your body is doing rather than just grading you on a curve and leaving you totally alone to figure out the rest. So it's really less about raw tracking and so much more about actual understanding.
Exactly. Understanding is worth more than tracking. Because when you actually understand your body, you don't need some artificial streak to motivate you. The guilt just naturally melts away, and you finally stop fighting against yourself.
I made this for me, but honestly, I made it for you. If any of this sounds familiar to you, if you know that quiet exhaustion, that gripping scale anxiety, the endless cycle of starting over, I really want you to know that you are exactly who this was built for. You don't have to keep doing it the hard way. So consider this an open invitation and a warm welcome to a truly safe space. Thank you for listening today and for letting me share this real story with you. If you want to try a kinder way of understanding yourself, TruvoFit is completely free, and you can find it at truvo.fit. Take a deep breath. You're doing just fine. I really hope to see you there.